Hello, it's Holly with Ivy Co Creations, and please excuse my voice. I'm just getting over bronchitis. So today I'm working on a stash dive in the summertime, and I chose cardstock as my prompt. I'm also working on an off the board layout, and I specifically picked this one because of the layered leaves in it that I really liked. So I decided to cut out a bunch of leaves in this beautiful foiled or mirrored cardstock, and it's just green cardstock, but it's mirrored, so it's absolutely gorgeous, and it gives you these rainbow colors under the light. But when I was working with it, it was green. So once I get all of those cut out, I'm just using a die set from Tim Holtz. I think it's called Fall Leaves or something like that. It's got a very generic name, but it's got oak leaves and poplar leaves in it. So once I got all my leaves cut out, I decided that I wanted to do this little grid layout, and I had 5 photos that I wanted to use, and all cardstock. So I haven't used any pattern paper on this layout at all. I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 layout, just to break it up a bit and have a bit of fun. And I have these 5 photos of when we went with my dad to cut some wood, and we ended up getting stuck in this giant mud bog. So luckily enough, we were at the top of the mountain, so I could get cell service, because I always take my phone everywhere with me. My dad doesn't actually own a cell phone, so I was lucky enough to bring my phone, and I got cell service, and so I was able to look up the phone number for his neighbor and ask him if he could come pull us out. So he drove his tractor up the mountain and came and hauled the truck out. It was quite an ordeal, and it was amusing, and the kids were fine with it because they were only 3.5 at the time, so it was an adventure for them. I took all the leaves that I die cut, and I had a few cut apart leaves or ephemera leaves that I wanted to use up, and I think they're $49 in Market, and I just stuck those in my little leaf fall as well. And then, since I only had 5 photos, I decided to turn one of the spaces into a journaling spot. So I got some die cut, like $49 in Market gave me this like thread cluster, but it's paper. So I thought I would throw that on there anyway, and there's a little bow too, so I just stuck that all on there. And so my title ended up being Stuck in the Mud, and with a little journaling spot and just that twine looking stuff for a bit of extra texture. And then I had these $49 in Market rub-ons, and I think they're like coffee rings or coffee splatters, and I just rubbed them all over the place because they looked like mud. So I really loved the way that it turned out. This was a fun layout to do, and it was super easy and no pattern paper. So if you're working with just cardstock, I added the mirrored cardstock so that I would have a little bit of color change, like a bit of dimension there. But even if you had just plain regular cardstock, you don't have to have fancy things to do scrapbooking. You can just make a layout without a bunch of extra stuff. And I really loved the way that this turned out. It was a lot of fun to do. So please check out the description box for everybody who's playing along with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, as well as the Summer Stash Dive Hop. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you.